Bangalore is a central place in India which is full of entrepreneurs, which have built great companies before. I'm founder at classmint.com. I and a friend built out classmint.com from an apartment in Bangalore.
Bangalore is by far one of the most startup-friendly city in the country. I would say across the world. It has so many things that makes it extraordinary.
The difference between any other city in India and Bangalore is that there is a barrier whenever you are doing some startup and all. And that barrier is, one of those barriers is forming a team. In Bangalore, that barrier is greatly reduced because of the existence of a lot of small organized communities.
Let's say what's available in Bangalore that makes Bangalore as the startup capital or the Silicon Valley of India, like we all call it, right? So primarily because most of the talent, the best of the talent is available in Bangalore today. Supported by its weather and the talent, we find many and many entrepreneurs coming and setting up base over here.
Another thing, it's access. So in Bangalore, you have relatively an easy access to investors or other people who can complement or supplement your startup in some way.
Like Flipkart is here, InmoBee is here, Myntra is here, Common Floor is here. All the big startups are over here. So the employees of these startups eventually come out and build startups again.
Jaga Startup exists to support early stage startups in Bangalore. We currently work with 21 startups in Bangalore, primarily focused in the areas of data, mobile and hardware, and design for these categories.
We have come to this place, Jaga, which is basically a co-working space. We chose this space obviously because after a point you can't sit in coffee shops forever, and a co-working space provides you with the basic frugality. It's not very expensive, it helps you stretch your buck.
Over the last year, we've supported over 100 startups in some form or another. A lot of times we are able to provide space. In cases where you can't provide space, we provide advice.
The good part about Bangalore is we have a lot of places like Jaga, the co-working spaces, and people like these, the places like these are the ones which are encouraging startups to get going right from day one. Bangalore is teeming with such people, and these places just accelerate the whole ecosystem.
It's a fantastic time to be starting up here in Bangalore. It's one of the largest ecosystems in the world. It's certainly the fastest growing ecosystem in the world on a percentage basis. And you're not just seeing growth, you're also seeing great depth in the technologies, in the talent, in the kinds of ideas that are being developed here, the stakeholders that are involved, the investors, the corporates, the various programs, the community itself is exploding. The number of events in Bangalore is amazing. Every single day, an entrepreneur in Bangalore has many, many choices for what they can go do. Whether they go to a meetup, whether they go to a hackathon, whether they go to a mentoring session, whether they go to an investor pitch, it's all happening here continuously, literally 24/7.
One of the key things why the city has done well in terms of the burgeoning startup ecosystem is also because there are a lot of MNCs and they have actively supported much before, I would say, many large Indian companies have forayed and started now supporting startups. And I would say on the forefront have been companies like IBM, Amazon. These companies have gone out and done a lot for the startup ecosystem.
Bangalore has always been blessed with the right kind of technology, know-how, with the right kind of weather, and also a beautiful ecosystem of VCs and successful entrepreneurs wanting to help each other. So the spirit of giving is very high in Bangalore, and I feel good with the fact that I'm also part of this ecosystem in Bangalore. Given this kind of backdrop, there are a lot of things, cool programs IBM is coming out with. One is, of course, the Global Entrepreneur Program IBM has launched, and it's been running for the last 2 years. So we would want the startups to leverage this Global Entrepreneur Program, get access to the cloud credits for born in the cloud startups, and also get a lot of mentorship and access to IBM know-how from the cloud credit program. IBM also has a beautiful program where we are able to connect the startups to the enterprises. That's what we call as the Enterprise Connect program. So this, again, it's pretty cool, very incisive, and startups can leverage this program to attain scale on a global basis. The third thing which we have launched and which has been successfully running is called the IBM Global Smart Camp, and we've seen real clear winners who have gone through this process. They have really matured as a startup from an idea stage to a prototype and even thinking of a global go-to-market. So this is something which we believe becomes a great programs for startups to leverage.
When you look at cloud, when you look at particularly platform as a service, it's sort of the great equalizer. It's enabling now anyone to quickly develop a pretty interesting value proposition and then scale it globally. And what I think gives Bangalore a little more of an edge.
So I'd like to strongly encourage entrepreneurs to consider Bangalore. It's a really happening place, and there are huge numbers of advantages to being a young venture in Bangalore. You have some of the giants of industry, technology industries like IBM, that have huge presence here and have an active team that's looking to nurture and to support these startups.
What I see and my dream for Bangalore in the next 10 years would be that anyone, anywhere in the world who is planning to start up should say, hey, I need to be in Bangalore.